Okay, here we are back again with more Dragon Age Inquisition. And, I did my usual sort of off-camera inventory management shtick. I did craft myself a new staff. I called it Zapper for the moment, because it's an electricity staff. It doesn't do as much damage as these other staves that I've been finding in the world, but it does electricity damage, which I kind of prefer, especially at lower levels, because you don't really encounter many enemies that are super resistant to electricity damage until at least like the second act of the game, because pretty much the only things that are like super that are close to immune to electricity damage are like pride demons and a couple of the dragons, and I won't be doing any of that until later. Pride demons we won't encounter again until later on in the game, and I won't be bothering with the dragons until quite a bit later either. And by that point, I'll be able to stick a spirit rune on there, and that'll basically mitigate the damage loss. So generally speaking, I really like electricity damage as a sort of all-around damage type, at least until I can craft spirit runes. Spirit damage is like the best, I would say it's the best all-around damage type for a mage in this game. Anything that does spirit damage is going to be something that you want, generally speaking, because almost nothing is immune to spirit damage. And a lot of things are especially vulnerable to it, especially like all those demons that pour out of the rifts are super vulnerable to spirit damage. But we won't really be able to get anything that does spirit damage until later on. Until then, electricity damage does pretty well. So again, it doesn't do as much damage as like my Wrath of Levias, which I found in the world. But Wrath of Levias is a cold damage staff, and I wanted an electricity damage staff, so that's what I got. That's what I made for myself for the moment. It took me a little while to sort of decide what I wanted to do next. You have to think. It's like I have to think about this quite a bit. I think I am probably gonna go ahead and start the next main mission. At the very least, I want to go to Redcliffe Village, which will be sort of the beginning of the next main mission, though it not actually committing to it yet. I at least need to go to Redcliffe Village to try to make contact with the mages and open up Redcliffe Village as an area to explore on the map. It's not I can still like choose to go to the Templars after that if I want to. But for now, I do want to actually go to the village. Because there's some merchants there and some quest givers and stuff like that too. Oh, I have a new perk. What am I even looking at here? I think... Yeah, I have a couple of agents for Liliana. I think almost everybody at this point has a couple of agents. Cullen still only has one, but we'll get there. I think I'll just go down the list here and get my Arcane Knowledge perk for more dialogue options. Let's check out our War Table missions. Here's Truth or Dare, the Imperial Court. Ambassador. I very much enjoyed your soiree, and I hope to see you at the summer cottage for our picnic luncheon next month. Do not fret about the ghastly things said about your associates. More reasoned heads will prevail, and this foolish gossip will come to nothing. Yours, Duke Cyril. Okay. What else have I got here? The Cult of Andraste. It's incredible how many passages remained undiscovered even after the Chantry's arrival, and they scoured every inch of these mountains for years in search of anything related to the sacred ashes. The cult didn't build all of this. It was here long before, and who knows how many years it would take to find it all. Of the new passages uncovered during the search, most were long empty or contained goods far beyond salvage. A few, however, yielded some artifacts of interest, and one evidently contains strange runes we have yet to translate. If we can find someone capable of doing so, they might prove of use. Alrighty. Oh yes, our Red Jenny Inquisition needs bees. We have received weapon plans and located an apiary to supply us. When the idea was presented, the beekeeper tented his fingers and sneered, "Of course." Quite disturbing. But we did get our Jar of Bees grenade recipe, which is great. I love it. Alright, so what have I got here for various things to do now? Oh my gosh. There's a lot. Let's continue the Andrastian cult thing. The runes discovered in the mountain passage during the recent search are of a type never seen before, neither Tevinter nor Elven, and perhaps dating back to the time of Andraste herself. There are few who might be able to translate the script, and the benefit of doing so is unknown. Josephine says, I know of several Antivan scholars who can be discreet. They would happily translate the runes for us. Liliana says, we have agents with magical knowledge and the means to acquire texts. Let us work on this ourselves. Let's keep working on this ourselves and see if we can't get Josephine something a little more suited to her diplomatic endeavors. I don't know. Red Jenny says drop and grab. I can make no sense of this. The Herald found her. Perhaps she can advise. Cullen. A letter from Sarah follows. For your big hats, Lord whoever says you're rubbish. His servants don't care but could. Drop a few things for them. They'll give Josephine a surprise. I think scrolls or something. Sarah. A scribble of heraldic symbols and directions are below. Also, Sarah's name 37 times. Josephine says, the heraldry is of a minor house. Shall we instead see what the surprise might be? Liliana says, we require middlemen, secure the goods, and the favor of the noble. Cullen says, we've no time for games. Far simpler to stop this with soldiers and find favor with this noble. So we can just find favor with the noble. We can secure the goods and find favor with the noble, or we can just ignore the noble entirely and find out what the surprise is. I feel like Josephine knows her nobility. If she says it's a minor house that we don't need to worry about, then let's just see what the surprise is.
Let us begin.
Choose successor and leads. Iron Bull provided us with this. Part of a Ben Hasreth report noting the current fight for succession and leads, which has been without a direct ruler since Duke Ramash died early in the Orlesian Civil War. The duchy will go to one of 3 members of the dead Duke's family, all of whom have possible claims to the position due to the complex nature of Orlesian politics. His cousin Carolina, already a duchess by marriage, his daughter Monette, whose claim is muddied by her youthful naivete and the fact that her father pushed her into a life of service to the Chantry after his wife's death, likely to protect her from the dangers of the game, and his brother Jean Gaspard, an ambitious and cunning man who has been searching for power. Carolina is capable and not overly invested in overseeing leads personally. Monette would be the most easily manipulated, but less likely to be useful. Jean Gaspard would be difficult to manipulate and could present a threat if he succeeds his brother. Any of the three candidates could become a valuable ally to the Inquisition, but the other two must be removed from play first. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is decide who I want to do this, like who I think would benefit the Inquisition the most. So if Carolina is capable and not overly invested in overseeing leads personally, which means that theoretically she is both smart and willing to work with someone who wants to take a more active hand in things. Monette would be the most easily manipulated, but she's not going to be as useful. She's not as smart or as capable as Carolina. And Jean Gaspard would be difficult to manipulate and could present a threat. So I think Carolina is probably the best choice to rule, or at least Nadia would probably think that. So that means we would need to eliminate Monette, and we would need to eliminate Jean Gaspard from the running. So Josephine is offering to remove Carolina from the succession, but I want Carolina to succeed to this dookie. So I'm not going to do that. So Liliana, I can have Liliana send Monette to the Chantry and take vows. That would get her out of the running. And I can have Cullen offer, Jean Gaspard is a chevalier and a capable military leader. If we want him removed, I dare say we might recruit him for ourselves. So I think that's probably, Jean Gaspard is clearly the most obvious threat. If he's the one who's, he seems to be, actively interested in getting power for himself and et cetera, et cetera. So I think let's do that. Let's have Cullen offer him a job to take him out of the running.
To work?
Okay. So I've done all that. And yeah, I could go ahead and do this. I'm gonna probably pick up a few more shards before I go there. And level up a little bit more. I could also unlock this area, but again, that's a little bit high level for me right now. I could go back to the Storm Coast and clear that, but I think I am just going to go back to the Hinterlands right now, and we're going to go to Redcliffe. Actually, I think I'll go through the world map. Because let's go here, because I think the first thing I want to do is probably find this, do Measuring the Veil, which means I should get Solus in my party, because I want to clear out a few of these things here on my way up to Redcliffe. That I'm not going to worry about just yet, but that I'm gonna do Measuring the Veil first probably, and then I'll switch him out for Vivienne, and we'll grab that book, and then we'll make our way up to Redcliffe. So let's see here. Let's get Varric. Let's just start with the OG group. Just to start with. And then I'll switch it up a little bit. Hopefully everybody's set up all right. It's been a few days since I played, and I didn't go through everybody completely thoroughly before I started recording, but that's okay. Okay. I think I kind of want to start going to the crossroads. think I'm taking the long way to the crossroads, but whatever.
Are you sure?
We all did.
True enough.
I am heading over here. As I recall, I need to go this way to get there.
Commerce restored. Yes, sir. I've many goods here.
I think I do need some more elf fruit, so I better pick some up as I go. I believe it's over here. Recruit Billet.
Watch yourself. Bandits up ahead. Or something anyway. They're blocking the road.
They might not be bandits.
You don't think they're bandits?
Bandits wait until people are vulnerable, then hit them fast so nobody escapes. These bastards show themselves too early. They care more about driving people away than taking loot. They're either stupid, or they're more than just bandits. And they're too well armed for stupid.
Okay, tell me more about them.
What can you tell me about the attackers on the road?
Several groups, some of them with bows. They've got better armor than most around here. It's too many for us. If you head out there, careful you don't get flanked. They don't take prisoners.
Okay.
Thanks for the warning.
Indeed. Let's dispense with the bandits. If we're heading in that direction anyway.
Bandits ahead!
Yeah, I see that. Nice shatter there, Cassandra. Ouch.
According to my research, the ancient elves may have set up wards near here. If we can find the artifacts they used, it may help strengthen this area against tears.
Alright. That is something we can probably do. Once I've looted everything. Like, you really do need to loot everything in this game because, like... What if you get, like, crafting, you know? Like, most of the stuff you pick up is junk, but then you get crafting materials. And, like, you can't just not do that. There's definitely something up here that I need to figure out. Okay. Hey!
Peace. I am no danger to you. My name is Maris.
Hello.
By your weapons, I see you come ready for battle. Perhaps we face a common enemy in these demons.
Yeah, what are you doing out here?
Are you fighting the demons on your own?
Fighting the demons is pointless. There will always be more.
That's
and
fair.
I have no means of closing the rifts.
I do.
But I have heard of elven artifacts that measure the veil. They may tell us where new rifts will appear. I was not expecting so many demons, however. I believe one of the artifacts is nearby. Can you help me reach it?
Sure.
It sounds worth investigating.
Thank you. It shouldn't be too much farther ahead.
Okay.
Thank you for joining me. I do not think I could have done this alone.
So how did you end up here?
How did you come to be here?
I was, first of Clan Venen. I left in service of my clan and saw that great tear in the Veil on my journey. I know more of magic and the Veil than any Shemlin, so I hope to help.
Maharal, Dalen.
We should keep moving.
Okay. What did you say to her, Solus? Cassandra, did you just sneak in there?
We'll need focused magical energy to get by.
Yeah, I know.
Flank. Can you manage it?
I got this. I can't believe she called Solus a flat ear. Like, he obviously knows the Elvish language. Why would she assume he was just because he...
What manner of fire is that?
I have heard of this, but never seen it before. It is called Veilfire.
Yeah, Veilfire is a unique source of lighting that only mages can activate, but anyone can carry. Explore to find ancient runes or devices that can only be used by Veilfire. Using any combat ability will cause you to drop a carried Veilfire
It is
torch.
a form of sympathetic magic. A memory of flame that burns in this world where the veil is thin.
Ah, okay. So, could be useful. Oh, look at this. Also, frankly, electricity damage is just pretty. Let's pick this back up.
If we activate that crystal, it should react to the strength of the veil.
Okay. I want to light some torches first. And there's, and maybe find a thing that I need to find with this Veilfire, because the thing with Veilfire is that it lights up runes and stuff, which gives you more crafting schematics. Specifically, rune schematics.
We're near another artifact.
I know. Like this.
Runes are interacting somehow with the flame from the torch.
Indeed.
A weapon enchantment. This could be quite useful.
I agree, Cassandra. Alright, so yeah, I just acquired a fire rune schematic. So whenever I unlock rune crafting, I'll be able to make that, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna like this torch. I'm gonna do everything but actually activate the artifact yet. Just because I'm funny like that. Okay, let's actually activate this thing.
Yes, the wards are helping to strengthen the veil. This area should be safer for travelers now.
Excellent.
Well, that should prove useful. And it seems the ancestors left something for me as well. Interesting. I believe our alliance is concluded. Go in peace, stranger.
Solus?
Mahalani, Maglandeval, Vi Enasalim.
Perhaps you're right. Here, take it.
Okay.
Go with Mithal's blessing.
Thank you, ma'am. And thank you, Solus. I think we found pretty much everything here that can be found. So that's cool. And there goes my Veilfire. Alright. The other thing I want to do here... Look at me saying, oh, I'm going to go to Redcliffe this episode, and now I'm like, I'm not going to Redcliffe. I probably will... I might... I don't know. We'll see if I actually get to Redcliffe in this episode or not. That's never say, oh, I'm definitely going to do this, because you just might be mistaken. You might be mistaken. Where did he go? Oh, did he run over here?
Retreating. We must pursue.
Oh, I see. I see. There we go. Alright. Let's get over here and get these guys now. You know, you're really annoying. Stop that. Alright. Let's get this guy. There. That's better. East Road bandits done. You thought you had me, but you never had me.
We could make camp here.
We could, and we will. Most likely. Whoop. Missed one.
Does anybody else smell that? Seriously, just me?
What? Smell what? An unsigned letter in the hinterlands. Preliminary digs have been more than successful. It's extremely surprising to find such a high quantity of the product this close to the surface. If I didn't know better, I'd think it was growing. On one hand, this gives us an advantage. Without having to work with the old families back in Orzammar, or even take this through official guild channels, our families stand to make a killing. On the other hand, the proximity to the surface and the populated areas of Redcliffe raises an interesting challenge. The war between the mages and Templars should keep people out of the area for now, but as soon as the humans are done trying to kill each other, any operation we start will be uncovered. If we're going to take advantage of this opportunity, we need to keep people out of the area. I'd recommend manufacturing some bandits. This part of Ferelden is lousy with them, so they shouldn't attract much attention. And nobody will have trouble believing that bandits would stake out some territory. By the time anyone uncovers the operation, it'll either be tapped out, in which case we'll be gone, or we'll have the operation running smoothly, in which case we'll be wealthy enough to deny everything and throw some money at the throne by way of apology. Talk to the families and make it happen. This is too good to pass up. Sounds like lyrium smuggling to me. This is just iron, but I'm a freak about it, and I have to grab it all. I'm not going to go too far into this ravine area, though, because out that way is dragons, and I'm not ready to take on a dragon yet. So, we'll do that later. Okay. Just another tent. Okay, I'm gonna change my party slightly. I'm gonna grab... Actually, I think I'm gonna keep Varric. I'm gonna take Vivienne, though, and I'm gonna bring Iron Bowl.
You know, Viv, you're not bad with that stuff.
You will address me as Enchanter Vivienne, court mage to the Empire of Orlais,
Oh my.
or Madame de Fer, not Viv.
Oh, right, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am works as well.
I'm glad we've worked out an agreement there. Alright, let's head out this way. I never really looted... Ooh, Drakestone. Yes, please. Anything that's not iron, I'm like, ooh, yes, please. Also, I can't wait until I can tint my armor. That'll be useful. That won't be until a little later, though. Unfortunately. Because I do like making things pretty. As it is, I just have to, like, kind of go with whatever gives me the best stats and not worry too much about it. An unsigned letter on a bandit body. We don't need any heroes on this operation. We're being paid to keep things quiet and keep trade away from the East Road. When reasonable, allow targets to flee and spread word of the danger in the area. When such as unreasonable, kill all targets regardless of colors flown. Yeah, it seems like they're covering up probably a lyrium smuggling operation would be my guess. Since they talk about not having to do business with Orzammar, lyrium smuggling is what comes to mind. Letter on a bandit in the hinterlands. The patrol pattern is not negotiable. Upon any encounter resulting in injuries, mark trail and withdraw to the villa. We must remain in fighting condition to apply appropriate force and keep refugees clear from the area. Okay, so they're based out of a villa, it sounds like. Well, we'll get over there eventually. We will get over there eventually. I just want to have Vivienne along with me to grab a book, because there's a book for her relatively close by. And then I will probably switch her out of my party again.
Trouble up front!
What? Are you talking about the Fennec Iron Bowl? Because that's not trouble. That's not trouble. I would not... Oh, wait. Is there something over here? What is this? It is a Fennec. There's a Fennec. Iron Bowl, what did you do? I wasn't... That was not... I'm not impressed, Iron Bowl. I'm not impressed. The poor innocent Fennec. Like, what did it ever do to you? There's a shard over here, which I can probably grab. Is it, like, up on top of something? Because that would be super obnoxious. Oh, no, it's not. It's right here. Okay, good. I don't mind collecting shards and stuff. Like, that's fine. That doesn't bother me at all. I gotta try to remember how to do this, though. It doesn't bother me at all to collect shards and stuff, usually. Oh, there's a rift. Of course there's a rift. Thanks, Vivienne. Oh, it's a terror. Alright. What can I do here? Well, I don't think there's two close enough together to dispel both. Probably not. Do you? Oh, I don't think Vivienne has dispel. Well, that's okay. At least one would get dispelled. Yeah, I want to get rid of that terror. Can I, is that all of it? Can I, are we good? Yeah, we're good. Okay. Good stuff. Hey, look at that. Grab some, fun loot and... Now, as I recall, getting to this book is a little bit tricky. I am relatively certain... Yeah, there's a ladder up there, and I have to get across from up here, I think. So I have to go over here. It's not, like, hard. It's just, like, not... It's a little bit of an indirect route. And there's something else up here waiting for me as well.
Let's take a look.
Alright, sure. First, let's kill these guys, though. Who's a rebel spellbinder? Let's get this mage down. Oh, crap. I hate it when they do that. Stop that, dude. There we go. That's better. Oh, he's going after that ram. Honey, don't. No, honey, just come back. It's fine. You're fine. You don't need to worry about that ram. Oh, the ram's coming for me, though, so... Alright, whatever. That's what happens. Alright, let's loot this body. A letter found on a dead Templar. Templar Corin. In light of the current hostilities, I believe our arrangement is no longer satisfactory. You are unable to reach me with payment, and I have no means of delivering the merchandise to you. I hope that when this unfortunate situation is resolved, we may once again do business. Tanner. Sounds like a smuggler. Yeah, I'll figure that out here just a sec. What else is here? Alright, sure. Ah, Varric, my dear, please do the honors. I think this is probably a bottle. Indeed, Butterbile 784. A hard liquor that is not so much served as it is brandished. Coarse and indifferent, it is to your taste or it is not. The failing is yours if you cannot raise or lower to the challenge of a distiller told not to. Okay. The bottles of Thetis are silly, but also kind of funny sometimes. Some of the write-ups on them are funny. Like, honestly, like, I don't even mind that there's so much flavor text in this game because, like, it's pretty good flavor text, most of it. Like, it's if it's not hilariously funny, it's probably interesting or, you know, has interesting lore behind it or tells you something about the world or it's just funny sometimes. Right. I think I need to go up here. But yeah, I think I'm justified in my not using the golden nug in this playthrough, just because of the fact. Oh yes, a mosaic piece. I actually I loaded up a different playthrough where I used the golden nug, and gosh, by level 5, I was crafting stuff using my tier 3 and tier 4 schematics, and even with just tier 1 materials, I was just cutting through stuff like a hot knife through butter, really, on hard difficulty with trials turned on and everything. It was not like there was. It was ridiculous. So here's our book. Vivienne slightly approves. I think it is a little bit easier to get approval with Vivienne if you are a mage, because you do get a few extra dialogue options. Whoa, that was not what I intended to do, but okay. But you do get a few extra dialogue options as a mage that that can assist you in getting approval from Vivienne. A letter in an abandoned home. The stone calls to me. In my dreams, as I shape it with chisel and hammer, it shapes me in return. My flesh twists, claws and fangs ripping forth. The light in the sky makes the stone so much louder. The cave in the hills has good strong stone. I can shape it into something strong enough to keep me safe if I hurry. Jendon, if you're having the dreams, go talk to the Templars. The war doesn't matter. Their job is to help when things are too frightening to deal with alone, and the only reason the Templars didn't find you as a child is because your parents hid you away. If carving helps you, there's a map to an old cave I stumbled on a few years back. I think it has the stone you like. Alright. I guess whatever that was, it completed, so good. But Vivienne can be difficult to get approval with. In my experience, and the way I usually play the game, she can be one of the tougher ones. She can be one of the tougher characters to get high approval with, but it's certainly very doable. It's just, it can be a little trickier. Stronghold of the Apostate Mages. I already cleared that a long time ago. Whoop. Don't want to miss out on some money. Okay. So I think I'm pretty close to Redcliffe here, but I think what I'm going to do is make a cut here. I said I was going to get to Redcliffe today, and apparently I was wrong. So we'll do it tomorrow. First thing tomorrow, we will go to Redcliffe and see what is going on in Redcliffe with the mages. As always, if you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and yeah,
They're protecting everyone.
we are protecting everyone. Anyway, as always, if you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Later.